Welcome again. This is Brother G coming to you again with another video message, another video teaching. Fire from heaven. What does that mean? What is this? Fire from heaven. I've heard many interpretation of what the fire is from heaven, and I believe those. But there is another reality that is open up to me today that may suggest that the fire from heaven is actually something else. Now, we read in the Old Testament where Elijah called down fire from heaven and burned up the soldiers. We read Elijah when he prayed and challenged the other soothsayers or magician about whose God is stronger, and Elijah prayed and fire came down from heaven and burned up Elijah's sacrifices. We read again, this is just off the dome as they would say. We read again when Jesus went to a particular town at his time, and his disciple, when the people didn't believe in Jesus' word, one of the disciples said something incredible. He said, "Let us call fire down from heaven and burn up these people." And Jesus said, "Bro, what are you doing, man? I didn't come to take men's life. I come to save men's life." And then we read another section in Revelation where, let's read it. Revelation 13 verse 13. "And he does great wonders." Well, this is the second beast that came upon the earth according to Revelation. This is the second beast, Revelation 13. So this second beast is he does great wonders, which are miracles, which basically miracles are knowledge that some people is not privy to. We don't understand. So we call it miracles because we don't have the knowledge. Remember in the Old Testament what it says? "My people perish because they lack miracles." No, it's knowledge, really. So that he makes fire comes down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. So listen, let's put it in my words. These great wonders that this second beast is doing in Revelation 13, these great wonders, which are really unknown knowledge, maybe to the masses, of course, it's always to the masses. That's why we call it miracle. So that he make fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Let's read a little bit more what's in this miracle, what this fire from heaven and this miracle does in the sight of men. Obviously, men are seeing this miracle. Men are actually seeing this fire. So let's keep reading. Verse 14 now. "So within this fire, within this miracle," again, miracles and in this fire, which are really knowledge. Miracles are really knowledge to the masses who don't understand what this miracle is. That's basically it. Even illusion, even magic is just some hidden knowledge or knowledge of something that the onlookers is not aware of. They don't have the knowledge. Again, remember, in the Old Testament, they understood that the people perish because they lack knowledge, whether it's basic knowledge, whether it's knowledge of law. That's why people perish. They lack knowledge, not miracle. They call it miracle because they lack the knowledge to understand that this is not really a miracle, it's just an unknown knowledge. Anyway, "And this beast," verse 14, "he deceived the people on the earth that dwell on the earth by the means of this miraculous fire." This miraculous fire which he had power to do in the sight of the first beast. So this second beast somehow inherited the same power as the first beast, which is he had power to bring fire from heaven in the sight of men. And hear what this power, this miracle, this fire, listen what in verse 14, section B, if you want to call it. Listen what this fire is going to do to the men on the earth. Let's look it. Let's encapsulate this. Within this fire, it is called a miracle, and it's coming down from heaven in the sight of men on the earth. So that means the men on the earth are seeing this fire, this miraculous fire. What this miraculous fire is going to do in verse 14, it's going to deceive the people that dwell on the earth. That's what the first beast understood, or he understood this miraculous magic, wonder. Again, it's just knowledge that the masses is not privy to. They don't understand the depth of this knowledge. That's basically what it is. Still reading verse 14, it says, saying, so this is what the miracle and the power and the fire is saying. So within the fire, the miracle, the power that this beast is bringing down from heaven in the sight of men, here is what he's going to convince the people on the earth to do. Hear what it says. He said, saying, so within the fire, again, let me repeat myself, within the fire is the miracle and the power, which is knowledge, and out of it, out of this fire, it's going to convince those on the earth that they should make an image to the beast. Rather, not make an image to the beast, but rather to make an image of the beast. Recreate the beast. Idolize the beast. That's basically what it really means, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Now, the question is, what is this fire from heaven? What is this fire from heaven that is so miraculous that it is able in the sight of men, that men are seeing this fire, that is able to deceive them on the earth? And the deception is to make an image of the first beast, so that they, men on the earth, would worship the first beast. What is this miraculous fire?